Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are gonna explore sales data from Walmart. So I got this data set from Kaggle. So I'm going to use a Walmart data set for my today's exploratory data analysis. Let me import all necessary libraries first. I hope you guys watched my NumPy tutorial and also some basic pandas like str string and also .str accessor, pandas group by function and methods for pivot tables. And also I made a video on a matplotlib library separate session. So please watch it. It will be useful when you are doing exploratory data analysis on any kinds of data. So for example, today I'm going to analyze some sales data on a Walmart. So and also whenever I'm using any kind of libraries from Python, I'm going to tell which part I covered in my NumPy tutorial and also matplotlib, and also I made a separate video on pandas, basic pandas series. And also I have uploaded a video on all Python basics end-to-end guide, like starting from printing a normal string to uh, creating customized functions. So if you are not watch that particular videos, please go back to my channel and uh, watch those videos. It will be useful if you are looking for something, and especially for data science and some tricks in Python. So I'm sure you will get some uh, tips or answers there. So let us concentrate on this session. So let me import pandas first. So pandas is used to analyze the data and also to read it and to uh, slice the data as well. So there are multiple applications of this pandas. And also I'm importing NumPy, which is useful for numerical operations. I'm gonna import NumPy as NP, and I'm gonna import matplotlib as well. Dot pyplot as plt. So just to visualize the data, and I'm also importing Seaborn, another visualization library, and I'm importing. I don't want to see any warnings. Ignore warnings. So if I wanted to work on any data related things, so let me import date time as well. Okay, so as of now, I just needed these libraries. So pandas is all the uh, operations on data, and NumPy is for numerical operations, and this matplotlib and Seaborn is to apply to get the to visualize the data visualization tools. And this warnings is like whenever I don't want to see any warnings, which was like it was like, for example, sometimes I'll get some warnings like the older version and a newer version, something like this. I don't want to see it. And this date time is like if I wanted to work on time data, for example, if I have sales data on time to time, so I have to use this date time method. So that is why I imported date time. And let me read. So I'm naming my data frame as df dot read to read the data, pt dot read, since my file is in csv comma separated value. So I'm able to import my Walmart sales data. So let me look at the data first. Let me see the shape of the data. So I have around 5,50,068 data points. I have rows and 10 columns. So which is a very huge data set. 5,50,000 is like a very huge big data set. So we are going to do some basic exploratory data analysis. So let me look at the information about the data. So df.info will give me the detailed information about all my rows and columns. So I have 10 columns from 0 to 9. User ID, it could be like the customer ID, something like that, customer who visited the Walmart store. And the product ID, the like each product has its own unique IDs, right? So product IDs, and also the gender of the customer, age of the customer, and occupation of the customer, city category, and stay in current city years category, and a marital status, whether the customer is married or unmarried, something like that, and the product category. So we could see a lot of products, right? So into different categories, like sports section, and also uh, so there are like cooling section. So we could see a lot of food section. So it will be shown here in the product category, and the purchase. The last column is about purchase. So we do not have any null values since I have 550K rows, and all the rows are filled with some values. We do not see any null values over here. And also at the same time, you can see this user ID is in int64 data type, which is integers, and product ID, gender, age in object, which is nothing but a categorical columns. Then occupation is again int, and other city category stay in current city years or in categorical columns. So that is the reason why the data type is object. Whereas marital status, product category, purchase, they are in integers format. Okay, so let me look at the data. If I wanted to look at, I also covered a separate video on statistics with some Python codes. So if I wanted to look at the same thing, like mean value, median, like that, so I can also see by using df.describe. So it will give me detailed information about all the numerical columns. So since I have my user ID column is in integer, that is why it was there. And then next occupation, then next marital status, product category, purchase. That is why these only 5 rows are included, because this will take only the columns which are in the numerical format. It won't take categorical or other D types. So we have only 5 rows in integer format, int64. So that is the reason why when I apply this df.describe, it gave me the number of columns. Count means the number of items, data points in this user ID. So since it is same, we have 550K line items in each and every column. So it is same for everything, and also mean the average. So it is not necessary for a user ID and occupation, marital status, but it is useful for purchase. Average purchase is 9.2K, something like that, $9,263, something like that, my average purchase. And also standard deviation, you can see minimum value in this particular entire row, and the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and the maximum value. So if I take entire purchase column, so the count, we have 550K rows, and the average purchased value is like 9,263, and the standard deviation is 5,023. Minimum purchase value is $12, and the 25th percentile is 5,823, and the 50th percentile is 8,047, and 75th percentile is 12,054. and the maximum purchase is 23,961. So this is how you can get by using tf.describe. So if I wanted to transpose it, I covered in the statistical tutorial. Transpose nothing but columns will become rows, rows will become columns. So same thing, df.describe. Then if I put dot t, then it will become like this. So this will give me a nice idea, better than this, because here it is. So here you can see the my categories or my index values are like my all the columns, and these are like count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, 25, 25th percentile, something like that. If you do transpose, then we'll be able to look at the data like this. So let me look at the sample data df.head. So it will give me top 5 rows of the product. So here you can see product ID. You can see product ID same for some transactions, because same person, he could purchase different items, right? When we go to a retail store, you can see different or same similar products also. We can do multiple products, similar products. So that is the reason why the user ID, product ID could be same. So we can consider these categories as these two columns as categorical columns, because this is not a numerical, but since it is representing as a numerical column, but see we have multiple, like multiple user IDs, because it could be same user, he might have purchased multiple products, something like that. So you can see a different value here. So that means same user, he might have purchased the different products or similar products with a different value, something like that. So that is why I just wanted to convert this user ID. And occupation is also, occupation could not be in integer format. Occupation is nothing but the occupation of the customers. It could be teacher, lawyer, doctor, something like that. But this data is masked data. I mean, they are not gonna reveal the original customer details. That is the reason why the occupation column was filled with some numerical digits. So I wanted to convert this numerical data into object data type, because occupation is, it could not be a integer. And also marital status, marital status is either married or not married. It could not be, because these are replaced with a masked data. So that is the reason why we can see some numbers. Now I wanted to convert, I'm going to convert these columns to a object column. So let me look at the columns, and I want a list. So if I pass the syntax df dot columns dot to list, I will get a list of columns. Oh, sorry, it is an index and it cannot be callable. So here df dot columns to list. Here I have these columns, and I wanted to convert to user ID, df of user ID. Dot as type object. So if I wanted to convert a column to a different data type, so this is the syntax, that particular same column and as type. Now I wanted this integer formatted column to a object data type column. So as type, you need to pass the data type. So here I am passing object, since then it will be converted into a object data type. And I also wanted to convert occupation as well. Occupation, it could not be a dot as type object. And another thing is a marital status, because these are incorrectly into data type. So now I wanted to convert these columns to object data type. And the last column is product category. It could not be a integer. It should be a categorical column. So now I am successfully converted this. Let me look at the info. Let me see whether these are converted or not. Now see, only the purchased column, because the purchased amount, it is a integers. So that is the reason why I kept only the purchased column into a integer format, and all others are converted into object. Previously user ID was in into data type, then it got converted into object, and similarly occupation, marital status, and product category. So now if I look at the data, then it got successfully converted. Now let me look at the stats again after converting. So this time I'll be able to get only the numerical column, which is purchase. But if I wanted to include this data type as well, I need to pass include object data types. Then it will take. Or else if I do not pass include is equal to object data type, only the by default value, the describe method will take only integers, the data, the columns with the integer data type only. So if I wanted to specifically take the other data types, I have to include those data types object. Then I'll get for, and let me transpose it, then I'll get a nice idea. Now it is clear. Unique values and count, unique top frequency, something like that. I'll be able to get it. So this will give me a nice idea. Since these are in object data type and I have 5,891 unique values out of 550K, I have 5.8K unique values, and this is the top, and this is a frequency. How many times it got repeated? Like you can see it for user ID, product ID, gender, age, something like that. So let me visualize the same data. So uh, it will give us like a nice visualization. Let me use SNS dot count plat. Now my data is df. Since my data is in I have assigned it to a variable df, and my x variable is I wanted gender, x label gender. Then I want my palette should be, so I'm giving, this is like I wanted styles, something like that. I have already covered in other tutorial. Please go back to that video and check. And this is for male, and similarly for female. I want hashtag f female ffc. Title I wanted first, let me see. So you can see the data. So like gender wise, females and males. So and the number of sales. So you can see more sales are for male, and there are, you can see it only. So if I take out of 500K, I can say that 140K or from females, and majority of the sales 400K out of 500K, 400K, or most purchases are made by male customers. So let me give that title, because the as per the pic it shows that most purchases are made by male customers. Yeah. So I just wanted to get a count of sales out of 100K. So if I categorize male versus female, so you can see there are most purchases are made by male customers. So this will give me the gender wise sales. And also if I wanted to do another visualization part on like so we do have another column like marital status, right? If I wanted to see who is purchased more, married people or unmarried people, so let me look at that as well. So now since so if you look at the sample data df dot head, now here it got filled with zeros and ones. So we need to assign zero for I mean not married, one for married. So I just wanted to change it. So let me change it. Df dot lock. Taking this marital status column is equal to 0. Marital status. I wanted to replace this as married. Similarly, df dot lock df of marital status, which is equal to 1, comma, want it should be uh, converted it to a, this is not married, 0 is for not married, this is for married. So let me run this. Let me see the data now. Now it got successfully converted. Wherever the zeros are there, it got replaced with the not married, and wherever the ones there, it got converted into married. If you wanted to see clearly, let me see first top 100 values. Oh, if I wanted to see the all the columns and rows, I need to set the options. Display dot max columns. PD dot set option. Display dot max row. So here I'm able to see if after applying these options, after setting these options, if I apply df dot head, I will be able to see all 100 columns. See here, you can see that it got successfully converted into uh, wherever the zeros are there, it got converted into not married, and wherever the ones are there, it got converted into married. So that is how you can convert. I mean, if you wanted to specify different things, you can convert it by using this method, a df.log method. So that is one thing. And if I wanted to look at the data, the number of purchases made by married and not married. So let me plot again the SNS. I'm using same plot, count plot, because it will give me number of purchases made by different category in marital status. My data is DF. My X is marital status column, since I'm referring to this marital status column. So that is why my X label or X axis value is this. And this time I'm giving palette as dictionary, not married, with same. Let me copy paste above. Just married and not married. Let me give double quotes here. This here it should be married with. Okay, it's perfect now. Okay, now plt dot show. Something. What's the error message? I specified data and also specified my X label, and also everything looks okay. So this is where I made a mistake. Hmm. Married replaced with this palette, and not married replaced with this palette. Let me look at the code. Okay, this is how, if you wanted to look at the married and not married wise sales data. So from the Walmart sales data. So if I look at the number of purchases as per the marital status, so not married people are doing more shopping, so which is close to 300 or 310K. So which is more than the married people. Married people are like around 200, more than 200K. So which is like 60-40 ratio. So not married people are purchasing more items as per the given data set, and married people are doing less purchases. So that is how you can do some analysis as per the gender, as per the marital status. Now let me look at a different age category. So now we do have a age category also, right? So now if I wanted to look at that age category, let me see the value counts of this column, and we will be able to see value counts. Now it's give me like, as per this data, so there are more people from age 26 to 35 bucket. So the my age column is in bucketed list, like from certain age to a certain age. It is started with 0 to 17, and above 17 is 18 to 25, 26 to 35, 36 to 45. So the data categorized something like this. Now if I wanted to apply the same thing, count plot, and if I see visually, SNS dot count plot. My data is df, and my this time x label is age, and my this time I'm giving palette is. So this shows a nice visualization about the same data, similar data. Above we got the numbers. So the same numbers are visualized in a bar chart. So here you can see the same data 17,0 to 17 around 15K purchases out of 500K. And if I look at the 18 to 25 years age category, so there are sales like 100K sales, and more sales are recorded for the age group 26 to 35 age group. So you can see clearly out of 500K, almost half of the sales are made by 26 to 35 age group people. So this is how you can visualize as per gender, and also as per marital status, and also as per age. So it will give us clear details about this, who is purchasing more if we look at the entire sales. So that is how you can do. And also let me, if I wanted to look at the city wise also, because we do have city category, right? So I have looked at marital status, marriage, I mean people who got married and also not married, the sales analysis, and also we looked at age wise, and also we looked at gender wise. So we do, if I wanted to look city category wise, so city category, now I just wanted to apply the same. First look at uh, the category, city category. First we'll look at the numbers, then we'll try to plot the same graph as above. So now it gave me, so by looking at this data, I have more purchases from the city B, and there are very less sales from the city A. So if I wanted to plot a bar graph, so here I can do like this plot, and also uh, kind is equal to bar. So this is how I can plot if I wanted to look at the same thing by using bar chart. Now I just same value counts. Then I wanted to plot a bar chart for this above syntax, city category dot value counts, and my chart is bar chart. So if I wanted to get a vertical, this is a horizontal bar graph. If I wanted to vertical, this is how you can apply. So this will give me a vertical bar chart with number of sales by city A, city B, city C. So there are more sales. It is like more than half of the sales out of 500K. So 250K, more of half of the sales are from city B, and then followed by city C, then followed by city A. So this is how you can represent the data if you wanted to look at city wise. Then also we do have stay in current city years. This is a column where the customer who stays in current city from how many years. So let me look at the same data, df of, and let me apply this value counts. I'll be able to get, see here you will be able to get The more people are with 1 year who are staying in the same city, in current city, from last 1 year, from last 2 years, from last 3 years, from last 4+ years, and those who did not completed the 1 year. So if I wanted to apply a same count plot, I can also apply the similar chart like above chart, but if I wanted to get a colorful plot, I can able to get it with Seaborn. My data is like again df, comma, my x is my this time my column is stay in current years, and I and this time I'm applying or taking palette is equal to comma order is equal to sorted df. I wanted to be I want to sort the data. Dot I wanted unique or value counts. Both will give me a similar. Then plt dot show. So here you can see the data. Now the more people or from the last more than 1 year who completed in the city, more than 1 year, more than 2 years, more than 3 years, 4+ years. So this is how you can see if I wanted to name, then I can put PLD dot title, and I can also give some title customers lives in this city for 1 year or more likely to purchase at the Walmart. So this will give me like a conclusion that the customer who is living in this city for last 1 year are more likely to purchase at the Walmart with this kind of graph. So who's within 1 year, who did not completed the 1 year, who completed 2 years, completed 3 years, completed 4+ years, they're not purchasing more. But the data says that the customer who stays in the city, who completed 1 year, who is purchasing more. So we can able to get this data by looking at this graph. And also, so if I wanted to do further analysis on different things, so if I wanted to look at the distribution, purchase distribution, so histogram will give me the frequency of purchases. So it will give me a nice distribution about the purchases. So that is why I'm using hist plot. Then my data is again my df, then comma my x value is like now purchase. This will give me the distribution of the purchase. So this is how you can see. So if it looks like clumsy, so we should do, let me title, let me give a title, plt dot title, distribution of the purchase. So if you look at the data, the frequency is more at like a number of purchases are more at, I mean, 6,000 or it could be 7,000, some 7,000 worth items. You can see more frequent transactions are happened at, it is like more than 200k, sorry, not 200, 20k. 20k it is like, this is how you can see the distribution of purchases by using histogram. So this is how we can do some analysis as per the given data set. So that's how I analyzed based on my data. So I do have product ID and also gender, age, occupation in the city, and also city category, the stay in city, marital status, product category, purchase. So we'll be able to see who is purchasing more. So if I look at the first I converted as per my convenience, then I started doing exploring the data. Then if I look at the gender wise transactions, then I'll be able to see more purchases are made by male customers. And also, so if I look at the marital status, the people who married, they are doing less purchase, and the people who, I mean, who did not get married, they are doing more purchases. And if I look at the age wise, 26 to 35 age group people are purchasing more. That is how it gives me. And also if I look at the city category, the cities are categorized into A, B, C. Since it is a masked data set, then the people who stayed in the city B are doing more purchase. So if I looked at the stay in current city, then the people are within the city from in 1 year they are purchasing the more. So if I look at the distribution of the purchase, then you can see the more the frequency more at 6,000, or it could be 7.5, something like that. The frequency is more at 7K. So this is how we can do some exploratory data analysis on any kind of sales data by doing some filling the null values or exploring column wise details, something like that. So I hope you guys are getting something out of it, or able to analyze your own data sets. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment, and please do subscribe the channel. Bye guys.